Thinking of others as cocky, cheeky, or disrespectful can invite your own downfall. Huh? You might think that it's important not to be seen as cocky by others. While it's certainly important to avoid being seen as such, no matter how careful you are, there will always be people who see you as cheeky out of jealousy or other reasons, especially when you succeed at something. Since there are things that can be avoided and things that cannot, we won't go into that here. Instead, let's focus on why it's more important not to see others as cocky. First of all, thinking of others as cocky may indicate that you are in fact the one who is arrogant. What kind of situations would make you think of someone as cocky? It's probably situations where you think you are above that person and view them as inferior. Alternatively, it could be that your self-esteem is low. There is nothing to gain from such emotions, only something to lose. Reason number 1. Feeling that someone is cheeky can prevent you from listening to them during a conversation, regardless of the direction it takes. This is because the feeling of considering someone as cheeky or cocky can make you irritated, waste time, and think about what you can point out to the person instead of adopting an attitude of understanding their information. For instance, let's say you're a senior and the person you're talking to is a junior. If the junior proposes some improvements to the company rules that you've always believed in, imagine feeling that the junior is cocky. Will you end up in a situation where you'll say, "Let's try it"? Here's another example. A and B are talking to you about the same topic. A is someone you're afraid of, and B is someone you look down on. Would your reaction be the same? I will proceed with the assumption that your reaction varies depending on the person you're talking to. The important point here is that when you receive information, your emotions can change the way you perceive the same information. This means that you can end up receiving different amounts of the same content depending on the person you're talking to, regardless of whether the information is significant or not. As a result, you may miss opportunities for personal growth. Reason number 2. The second reason is that if you think of someone as cocky, it may make them think that talking to you is useless. Consequently, even if there are people with good ideas in your environment, those ideas may never come to light. In this situation, you may be the cause of hindering the sharing of those ideas. Reason number 3. The third reason is that you force a hierarchical relationship in your interactions. While there may be a hierarchical relationship between a superior and a subordinate, what about life outside of work? You may think that you are superior to others in terms of experience, age, or personality, but that is only your perception. Even if someone is much younger than you, they may possess knowledge and experience that you do not have. It is possible that you excel in a certain field, but your counterparts may be experts in areas that you are not. The moment you feel cockiness from someone, you eliminate the opportunity to discover something new from them. This does not just apply to work or business, but to any relationship. When you are conscious of creating hierarchical relationships in your interactions, you may lose people who no longer have a specific reason to interact with you. Unless someone is blindly following and worshipping you, people will gradually distance themselves from you without a specific reason. It goes without saying that no one enjoys being looked down upon. In addition, it can be exhausting to constantly view someone as above you. When you consider someone else to be disrespectful, they may see you as an old fool who has lived too long. So, what can you do to avoid seeing others as disrespectful towards you? Make an effort to look for the positive qualities in everyone you meet, rather than focusing on their flaws. If that's difficult, try changing your tone of voice or attitude. Even if you're superior in terms of results, don't compare yourself to others and think that you're better while they are inferior. Don't bring up the concept of hierarchy with those you interact with. And don't judge others' worth based on their age, career, or past behavior. Humans have a natural instinct implanted since ancient times to want to be above others. Just like in wild animal herds, they strive to become the alpha leader. It is instinctive to want to be at the top even if one cannot become the alpha. In a herd, those who occupy the lower positions can only perform menial tasks and cannot contribute to the propagation of their offspring. However, in human society, simply having physical strength or being intelligent is not enough to climb to the top. Consequently, due to flaws in their own pride and self-esteem, some people end up treating others as inferior by saying, "You are beneath me." What should you do when dealing with selfish people or those with poor communication skills? You do not need to think of them as cocky. If such a person does not make efforts to improve themselves, sooner or later they will become irrelevant. It is not necessary to get angry at them, but rather, a neutral response would suffice. Lastly, which do you think is more popular, a humble and capable person, or a proud and capable person? Have you ever been told that you were cocky by someone in the past? Maybe there was a mistake in how you conveyed something, but was the content bad enough to be dismissed completely? And how did you feel at that time? Please take a moment to reflect on these questions.